I wanted a forward tilt.
Hey guys, I'm the CEO of Panda Global, Alan Benet, and I'm joined here by the General Manager, David Wu, and this is also the guy that I started Panda Global with 5 years ago. So Plup was the first player we signed after we launched as a team. We had reached out to a few Melee players before we announced the team Panda Global.
Actually, it was really funny because my first memory of Plup was when we went through the list of, I think, free agents that we were interested in. I skipped over him. Because his tag wasn't Plup, it was Plupples. He had a SpongeBob hat on in his profile picture. It was like the worst Twitter presence I've ever seen.
Very confusing.
And I was just like, what is going on with this guy?
Isn't this incredible?
Yes, it is! Oh my god!
And so we went to CEO 2015, which is the first official tournament for Panda Global. We didn't have a Melee player at the time, even though we wanted one. We knew that was our first thing that we'd want. I talked to Hungrybox, to Juan, and I was like, yeah, dude, who should we sign? What Melee player would you recommend? And he's like, Plup. Without a doubt, Plup.
How many subs to play ICs? No, I don't want to.
I think the real reason we end up signing Plup, or end up going for Plup, was that his match against
Leffen? This is Plup's one of Plup's first tournaments, like where he went only Sheik.
Right.
So like he had just converted to Sheik about like 2-3 months ago, and I wasn't convinced. I felt like he might have been limited because like his Sheik play was really good, and I just wasn't convinced that like everything I said about his branding, his entire it was so Plup, and I just didn't understand it at the time.
Yeah,
and I think some people got it, but most people didn't.
Arms is a cool theme song. Really? You a fan of the
The only thing I was told was by people when we talked about Plup was like, don't talk to him during tournaments, or don't talk to him after tournaments.
Yeah, no one told me that. So he had just lost to Leffen, and it was so close. And I was enamored with his gameplay. I was like, I really like this guy. And at the time, ESAM was telling me, he was like, dude, I love Plup. I was like, okay, I should really talk to Plup. And Plup was walking away from the stage, and I was like, hey man, and I tried grabbing his shoulder, and he just didn't look around, didn't stop, just yanked his shoulder away and just kept walking. He was not happy with that loss. That was when I learned don't talk to Plup at tournaments, or like after something like that happens.
He plays against Mango, super close again. Windmill gets him again, and that was the point where I'm like, okay, he is literally one not playing on Pokemon Save away from beating both Mango and Leffen, and no one knows what he can do yet. So we talked to him, joined the Plup Club.
Nice. Yeah, it was shortly, I think, 1 or 2 weeks after that event, I had reached out to him online, and I was like, hey, you want to be on Panda? He's like, sure. And I think to this day, that was one of the best things that happened to us.
Yeah.
No, I already broke up with Samus. It's old news, dude. It's not you, it's me being unable to deal with you. Because you're bad.
Right
Shortly before Evo, he was like, hey, do you guys have hats? I'm like, what kind of hat? He's like a plushie hat. I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, I wear like a SpongeBob hat, but it'd be cool to wear a panda hat. He was like, then his breakout performance at Evo 2015.
He had just qualified winner's side for top 8. In order to celebrate, he went to go have a beer, and he spilled down his controller. And so he was winner's side, he played against somebody, lost, went to loser's side, had to face against Leffen.
The God Killer. He played Leffen and didn't go Sheik. He went Samus. The charge shot heard around the world. Like that was like the biggest thing that happened Evo 2015 was Plup beat Leffen with Samus. And it was honestly a moment that really put Plup on the map for a lot of people. It was a huge storyline that everyone was talking about for months and months and months later. I can't imagine what Panda Global would be today without, Plup on the brand.
Let's talk about how competitive he is. About a year out from when he beat Hungrybox at DreamHack, I had talked to him like, okay, what are your goals? What do you want to do? And how are we going to get there? and he's like, I'm gonna be the #1 player in the world. I gotta beat Hungrybox. I can beat everyone else. I just need to beat Hungrybox and this map because like at the time he tried it with Sheik at the next Evo that he was with us, and it just didn't work out.
Yeah.
Puff just crouch handled everything, and like he just wasn't working. And I'm like, okay, so who has a good matchup against Jigglypuff? He's like, Fox.
One neutral win away from winning this tournament.
He can feel it.
So is Hungrybox.
Oh my god, yeah, so is Hungrybox. Oh my god,
wait,
he hit the tech. He hit the Tekken champions.
That might do it.
That's it.
That's it.
And that's it.
And
Plup wins Genesis 5.
Why do you guys keep saying use the rock move? What did that do? He shielded it. Yeah, man, this is really useful.
He also has like the greatest fans too, and he
Yeah,
really does a
his
lot
fan
for
base
them.
Like you get a lot of toxic fan bases in esports, but like Plup's fans are
Plup
just
Club
great.
is great.
Yeah, they're
Like,
just great.
They're amazing people, and like I remember at Super Smash Con, someone reached out because there was that kid who was terminally ill with cancer, and they had reached out.
They had the same last name.
Yeah.
And I still actually email his brother every now and then. It was a kid with leukemia. He loved Melee, and he was getting treatment. Wasn't really allowed out of the hospital too much for extended periods of time. But his brother had reached out to say, "Hey, like, is there like anything I could get to cheer him up in the hospital because he was really depressed?" And we said, "You know what? You're really close to SmashCon. Can you come out?" They got special permission to go out to SmashCon for a day. And that day, we wanted to make it really special for him. So we had all of our players play with him, some friendlies. And we told him, don't hold back, because he didn't want that either. And bodied him. I think I actually took a game off of Plups Luigi, which or a stock or something off Plups Luigi, which like apparently was this huge like bragging right later. As a doctor, like, that hit hard.
Monkey Monday mindset is a real thing, dude. You gotta be in the mindset of being a monkey, dude.
I don't want to say like things are just goofy around Plup, but like the funniest things always happen.
Get him, bomb. Why did it hit me of all people? What the?
Like,
Yeah.
Remember GTX? Oh! And we
Yes.
just made pulp jokes for a while, and he embraced that.
Oh yeah.
He embraced that. Like, he won one DreamHack once, and they handed him the DreamHack trophy.
It just breaks.
It broke.
And he takes a picture of it. He's like man.
They handed him. He grabs it like this. They take photos, and it just collapses.
I would have felt really bad for Plup, but I don't think he cared that much. It's just the trophy,
Bro!
I'm happy, honestly, seeing Plup where he is today.
I will say that Plup is amazingly talented at Smash, just like ESAM is.
Yeah.
Because like he's good at Brawl. You know that? He's good at PM.
Yeah.
He's good at Melee.
Mm-hmm.
He's pretty good at Ultimate. Like
I
actually,
genuinely think he could have been a top player in Ultimate.
if he spent more time and had the right character,
Yeah.
or it was this patch instead of like a couple previous patches in the tournaments, because he had a sick run at Evo and Ultimate.
I mean, Plup is still growing. Plup's still a top player, top streamer.
Oh my god. Now I'm a real streamer, dude.
He's got a huge future ahead of him. I agree with you. I think no matter what game he really focuses on, he's the top player. So if he ever moves games, if that's ever a concern of his or a desire of his, we'll follow along, because I'm sure whatever he chooses, he'll be a top player. I'm sure of that.
So yeah, that's PG Plup. He's he's a real panda.
Yes.
I can't believe he doesn't wear the hat anymore, but I bet he does wear the hat in his heart, if that makes sense. Does it make sense? I don't think it
that
makes
doesn't
sense.
make sense. That's terrible, David.
It's okay.
That sounds awful.